In December of 2018, I was diagnosed with stage 1 triple negative invasive ductal carcinoma in my right breast. So my treatment was 2 separate types of chemotherapy. One was for 12 weeks, and then I had a brief break and 6 rounds of a second type of chemo. Finished that up around the end of May of 2019, and then I had 3 surgeries. So I opted to have a double mastectomy, and then I had a placement for the 2 phases of a reconstructive surgery. I found my breast cancer myself. So I knew when I found that lump on Thanksgiving Day that it probably wasn't a good thing. And I knew with the rapid pace of follow-up diagnostics that we were probably headed toward a diagnosis. It was a week before Christmas when I was diagnosed, and I was on the phone with my OB/GYN getting the news, and my daughter was driving in from college, and she was beeping in on the other line because she couldn't remember the gate code to the neighborhood, and I couldn't answer the phone, and so she walked in the door as I hung up with my OB/GYN confirming my diagnosis. And my eyes were filled with tears, but I am a little bit of a tough cookie, so I told a little lie and told her that I had been on the phone with a good friend who had a sick parent, and she was upset, so I was upset for her. And I went upstairs and slept on it for a day or 2, and then decided that I needed to sit them down and talk to them. I have a daughter and a son, and so they were both home, and so I was feeling anxious and feeling like mothers weren't allowed to get sick, and worried about my children, first and foremost, and then worried about myself. But I immediately did the math when I got my diagnosis, and I thought, 12 weeks of one session, 2 weeks off, 6 weeks, 12 weeks of another, because it was a 2-week, every other week regimen, a break for surgery, 1 surgery, 2nd surgery, 3rd. I should wrap this up in about a year. And I am very religious and very much a believer. And my surgery for my final reconstruction was on the 365th day since my diagnosis. And I just thought, he knew how type A I was, and so it was funny, but I mapped it out and thought, this is gonna be a rough year, but it's gonna be okay. I fought because my kids needed me. I fought because I know how common breast cancer is, and I wanted to show the people that might go after me that you can win and be okay. I feel so blessed that Mitchell Cancer Institute is here in Mobile, but also in my hometown of Fairhope, Alabama. I was minutes away from MCI. I scheduled my treatments every Friday so that I could rest over the weekend and go back to work on Monday. And the scheduling, the size of the facility is just small and comforting, and I just feel like the service that I got at MCI was absolutely first rate. I couldn't have asked for a more personal, kind, I felt like they really knew who I was. They knew my family, my children, my friends that were supporting me throughout it, and they were supportive and kind to everyone involved in my treatment process. I have a whole host of beautiful women friends that fought along beside me, and we are part of a club nobody wants to be in, but we have each other. And I also found out how loved I was by my family, by my friends, by a community maybe that didn't even know me really well, but knew someone else that cared about me. So I always say when people ask me, I'm like, it is absolutely one of the worst things that ever happened to me, but one of the best. Ladies, choose fight over fright.